YouTube, what is up? The Apple Watch Ultra 2, I love that watch. Going from a Series 4 to the Ultra 2, that bigger screen size, that brighter display, the little bells and the whistles, it was a great watch. But this year I decided to downgrade to the Series 10. And after about a month, I think I'm getting more of what I need and less of what I don't. Let me explain. A couple of the big reasons why I switched was one, the weight. The Ultra 2, that one weighs in at 61 grams, while the Series 10 Apple Watch, that weighs in at 36 grams. Damn! That's almost half the weight. And you do notice the weight on your arm. But not only the weight, but the actual size of the watches. The length of the Ultra 2 is 46.8 millimeters. Series 10 length is 45.6 millimeters. Width of the Ultra 2's 42.9 millimeters, while the width of the Series 10 is 34.5 millimeters, which that is, that's a little bit smaller.
Too little? You said it was a good size.
But where it really comes down to is that depth of the Ultra 2 is 14.3 millimeters, while the Series 10 depth is 12.2 millimeters. 2 millimeters might not seem like a lot,
wait a minute.
But when it comes to your wrist and your watch, it kinda is. Especially one of the reasons why I bought the Series 10 was to see if maybe I could sleep with it, because with the Ultra 2, it was too big to sleep with. It was not comfortable to wear at night. It's taller. They got those extra 2 millimeters, and the edges of the Ultra 2 are like on a square. So I would catch it on pillows, on blankets, wherever I was moving my arm. It all the time would catch up on something. Now, with the rounded edges of the S10, the Series 10, it just goes right over. It still catches from time to time, but not nearly as bad. I can sleep with this thing on my arm. And one of the other big things is the screen size. Now, I know when you're looking at this on paper, you're like, Ace, 49 millimeters for the Ultra 2 compared to the 46 millimeters of the Series 10. And you're just like, wait a minute, you're losing some millimeters somewhere. And it's true, you are, but it's not where it counts. When it comes to the screen size, they are what you're seeing, it's the same type of screen size. With the Ultra 2, you're actually getting 46 millimeters of screen viewing. The rest is just bezel. But you are getting visually the same screen.
Same, but different.
For a lot less. The price, $800, $799 for the Ultra 2, while the 46 millimeter Apple Watch Series 10, that one comes in at $429. You're looking at almost half the price. And if you're interested in the Series 10 or even the Ultra 2, I'm gonna leave some Amazon links down in the description if you wanna check them out. It's all still the same. It's Apple. They have their own little Apple store on Amazon, and sometimes, a lot of the times, the prices can be cheaper. Now, there are some things that I am going to be, that I did downgrade to. One is that screen brightness in direct sunlight, 3000 nits for the Ultra 2, while the Series 10 is only 2000 nits of brightness. That is a sacrifice that I'm making.
Oh, good for you.
Also, there's no action button. The action button on the Ultra 2, it was cool. There wasn't really a lot to map it, like you can with your iPhones now with the action buttons. I had it mapped to my flashlight. But with the, Apple Watches, you just hit the little side button and there's your flashlight. It's an extra gesture, no action button, but yeah, I'm very much okay with that.
Oh, good for...
Now, the titanium colors, I did like the titanium, and this year, they revamped, I say revamped, they didn't really revamp the Ultra 2s. They gave it another color, a black titanium, which if that was available when I got the Ultra 2 last year, I would have grabbed that. So I did get the jet black on the Series 10, and I was worried about it chipping and all of that happiness, you know, because what was that, the iPhone 7s or whatever that came in jet black that chipped really easy? Yeah, I was kind of concerned for that. I haven't had any chips or any issues with this at all. It's still nice, it's still clean, and I have bumped it on a doorknob. Isn't just me or I don't know, all the time whacking my watch on a damn doorknob.
Whoops. Broke a 335-year-old doorknob.
And also you lose water resistance. The Ultra 2 water resistance was 100 meters, and the Series 10 Apple Watch is only 40 meters. The depth gauge is 40 meters with the Ultra 2 and 6 meters with the Series 10. Yeah, I don't take my watch swimming. I'm not a big swimmer, but when I do swim, or you know, I do head out into the ocean, I don't take my watch. I don't even take it in when I take a shower. I always take it off. I think the only time that my Apple Watch really gets wet is when I'm doing the dishes.
That was so hot.
And another thing that you would lose with the Series 10 from the Ultra 2 is the Siren. There was a little Siren that you could turn on your Ultra 2. I never used it. I should have at least once just to see how loud it was.
What?
The cellular connectivity, the Ultra 2s, the Ultras, they automatically come with cellular that you can, you know, add a plan to. You can get the cellular options on the Series 10s. It's an extra $100.
It's all up to you.
One of the bigger sacrifices that I made is battery life. Now, with my Ultra 2, I mean, I'm not the most active guy, okay? I exercise every now and again, you know, but I could get close to 2 days with the Ultra 2. With the Series 10, you can get about 24, maybe a little under 24 hours with it. The fast charge. The Series 10 fast charges with the included Apple Watch puck. Ultra 2, this will charge from 0 to 80% in 1 hour. The Series 10, 0 to 80% in 30 minutes.
He ain't lying.
I did a little test of my own. I've got my watch down to 10%. I popped it on the puck, and 30 minutes later, 88%. I pretty much came close to getting that 80% within 30 minutes. If you're jumping into the shower real quick, charge your watch. 15 minutes, and you get me close to 40%, that'll get me through. I am so glad, so glad that I went from the Ultra 2 to the Series 10. I seriously, I love this thing.
If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
Now, if you are thinking about another type of upgrade, let's say to the 16 Pro Max, I've got a video here showing the differences between the 14 Pro Max and the 16 Pro Max, which, you know, I think is a little bit of a banger video. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Peace and love.